Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I am so excited. I cannot hide it. Sunday is my last day here in New Zealand. So I had so many excursions. I had so many wonderful diamond beauties I visited. We had so many amazing experiences. And sometimes we worry about all this small stuff and we forget to be in the now and experience the experience with magic. Oh, I loved it. I love it. Experience the experience with magic. So I cannot wait to introduce the three amazing girls from Christchurch. We had a ball of a time. I'm going to introduce them in a few seconds, but first of all, I want to say thank you so much for my sponsor, Jose Escobar, for not only sponsoring me for the Power Hour for the last year, but on the 12th of January, that was just passed, he's going to sponsor me for another year. So I am grateful. I am totally grateful. Thank you for that. I will be having a new sponsor that is coming aboard in February. We're going to exchange services, and I'm so happy because I need help with with my website. So I am excited for that. But if you do know of anyone else that would love to sponsor the 2 Power Hour TV shows, we've got over 1 million viewers in a month. So how amazing is this? How amazing. But here is my beautiful Jose.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of some of the highest level entrepreneurs all around the world, over 440 plus members. We are in 46 states across the US and over 24 international countries, growing every single day to the tune of 1 new member per day on average, Monday through Friday, with a retention that's massively high. And why do we retain a lot of our members? Why are we growing so fast? Because we're bringing the best of all entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds under one roof. We're doing some special things here. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to scale your influence, make more money, get more clients, referrals, leads, collaborations, endorsements, you name it, this is the hub for you. Check out connectedleadersacademy.com. We would love to welcome you in. Thank you.
My ladies is here. My ladies is here. I am so excited, ladies. First of all, how are you feeling? And then secondly, can you please introduce yourself? I'm going to start with Wendy.
I'm feeling amazing. Thank you, Sanet, for asking. I've just had 3 weeks of very little social media, very little work, and living instead of existing. So I feel I'm on fire, and I can't wait to see what 2025 brings. And I am a life game changer coach who is transforming lives and helping you also thrive instead of survive.
I love it. And I put my glasses on because you are on fire, girl. Girl on fire. And I know 2025, I know every year they tell us, everybody will say, may you have your best year ever. But this year is going to be our best year ever, ever. Excited. Before I move over to Jacky, what is your word of the year for the year, my beautiful Wendy?
My word is inner peace. To gain inner peace and to help share that inner peace with others. That it is obtainable. We just need to know how.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. My beautiful Jacky. So 3 things. How are you feeling? Please introduce yourself. And then what is your word for the year? Thank you.
Hello. I'm feeling pretty good. I have a birthday in a couple of weeks. It's a big one, so I'm feeling pretty excited about that one. Last year was a pretty big year. It's pretty big. It was massive growth and expansion. So this year it's all about transitioning into that. So I'm a healer, and I'm going to be stepping into the motivational speaking realm this year. That is my goal. I'm going to. I put it out there. It's happening. It's going to happen there. And my word for this year, because I've done a lot of surrendering, is actually letting go. So it's letting go of expectations of self, letting go of other people's expectations of you, letting go of everything. Because once we let go, that is when the real magic happens. It's when we fly. So that's happening for me this year. It's already happening.
Okay, so Jacky, give us your elevator pitch, my girl. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I've got it here, actually. It's all in. So I was a nurse for 10 years, and I'm a healer with a profound passion to guide individuals towards a personal transformation and healing. Also an angelic practitioner, Reiki practitioner. I channel divine energy to facilitate healing on all deep levels, physical, emotional, and spiritual. I'm also a creator of the Recipe for Your Soul, which combines my intuitive insights with transformative healing practices to help individuals nourish their soul and live a purpose of clarity. It's a very, very beautiful program to do, very heart-centered in everything I do. So, yes. And I'm based in North Canterbury, New Zealand.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I love it.
Thank you.
So now you must learn your elevated pitch like this. And you just give it out to everyone that wants to listen. Boom shakalaka. But beautiful Aiyanna, please give us your three threes.
Hi, everyone. How am I? It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I'm pretty good. I just saw my grandson was 3 yesterday, and he's just moved down here from Auckland. So, and my daughter and her husband, and so that was really nice to have a family occasion. Yeah, so that was a highlight of yesterday, definitely. Yeah. And my I'm just going by what you've asked everyone else. My word is 4 words. And look at us. Our word is lots of words. Mine is peace as well. Peace in my body.
I love it.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
So my name is Aiyanna, and I'm a fairy queen, and I am currently living here in Christchurch in New Zealand. And I am a sand artist, so I draw great big pictures in the sand, but they're not just great big pictures, as we all know. I hold ritual space for people's inner child to come and play where they feel safe and secure, and can release blocks and can just be curious and just remember how magical they are. And I work with sensitive children in the educational realm as well. And I have been doing a lot more personal art lately on the side, which has been really exciting, painting portals and going through transformative art processes, which I can't wait to bring that into the world of the people that I work with as well. So
beautiful. Thank you. And we're going to talk about your sand magic that you have done for us, and also our crown. We made all our own crowns. But before we start, I've got a special day today. So we are live not recording, we are live in studio doing this amazing show today. But today is also the first day of all the Mrs. Spots. So they took a break about 3 weeks of break. And now all the Mrs. Spots is back. So I quickly want to tell you about Mrs. Spots because I have the privilege to have 2 Mrs. Spots. Beautiful Wendy is our Monday Mrs. Spots, and she's also going to start off the Mrs. Spot. She will be our first show for the year. Tonight, her time tonight. And then Jacky's our Wednesday Mrs. Spot. So we're going to quickly talk about that. And then we're going to talk about our magic sand building and crown making. And then our trip down where we did the labyrinth that you have drawn on the sand for us. We're going to talk about that. So first of all, I want to talk about Mrs. Spots. So my beautiful viewers, I have done 537 coffee chats in 3 years. And 95 of people, especially ladies, said they were lonely. Even if they were in a marriage, they felt I could not really talk about their stuff that is like on their mind. And then if they tell it to the family, the whole family will fall apart. So that was about 20 months ago. I asked God, please help me to create something for my amazing group of ladies, Diamond Beauties Forever. We are now 3.5 years old, and we are over 1,000 members in a private Facebook group. And God showed me in a dream 7 teapots, Beauty and the Beast, where she's talking, the animated one, 7 of them. And in the middle, they were like going in circles, and then they were pouring out diamonds in the middle of an Elvis Presley record. So the other day, I didn't have this with me, and somebody said to me, what's a record? What's an LP? Because she's also in the generation where she knows about CDs, but not a record. So this is an Elvis Presley record that my daughter bought for me here in New Zealand. So that was this. It's not this the same. It's not what I saw in my dream. I only saw this in my dream. It was like flat like this, and it was running, and then the diamonds were on here. I was pouring on here, and the song Elvis Presley played was Return to Sender. So just for the record, this is a record or an LP. It's got both sides. So this is the older generation will know about this. So I interpreted that dream the next day as Mrs. Spots. And this year, I'm so excited. We're going to have 5 Mrs. Spots. And Mrs. Spots is that beautiful housekeeper in Beauty and the Beast. And she wants to make sure everybody is cared for and feel they belong to a family. So our Mrs. Spots is going to have a half an hour sessions 5 times a day, 5 days a week, from New Zealand till Hawaii. All the time zones has been covered daily. I made sure to cover all the time zones daily, that there is a spot for anyone in the world. Currently, we are in 55 countries right around the world. How incredible. So my beautiful Wendy, please tell us about your Mrs. Spots, the name and what time. And then how do you feel to be a Mrs. Spots?
Wow. So my Mrs. Potts is called The Reason I Smile, and it is on New Zealand time at 7 p.m. The reason why it's called The Reason I Smile is that every one of us has suffered some sort of life-changing moment, whether it's the loss of a loved one, whether it's the end of a marriage, whether it's end of a working career. It can be many, many things. And sometimes we can dwell on those things. And it's about learning and how we can grow from those lessons in life. And actually understanding how strong we are as an individual and a person, but how to navigate our way through those challenges so that even in the darkest moments, there is hope, because without hope, we have nothing. And so my goal is to encourage others to hold space for them, so that if they feel sad, you're allowed to feel sad. If you want to feel happy, you can feel happy. It is about being real. It's not being something that you're supposed to be. So it's about showing up and being your true self. And that is why it is called The Reason I Smile, because I feel so grateful to be able to hold space and meet so many different wonderful women across the world. And it has given me an incredible understanding of, you know, there is beautiful people in the world, and we will connect with those people when we shine our light, and rather than hiding from the world. So I feel incredibly grateful that I've been able to meet so many amazing women, and I would never have done that or been able to do that unless I was invited to be a Mrs. Potts. And it was about getting out of your comfort zone. And that's what I teach, is that, you know, we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and the opportunities that come because we, you know, make that step and believe in you, you know, believe in you and believe in the gifts that you have to offer people, because you never know where it's going to lead to. You can't even imagine the doors that will open. So I just encourage anybody to come, feel welcome, and be curious.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. So we've got the beautiful Eve. She is going to be also one of our Mrs. Spots from the UK. So Jacky, I don't know how the new system, because we are live. It's the first time going live onto the new platform. I don't know if it's going to come there underneath you. So let me just see. Oh, sorry, Jacky. It's
That's all
there with you. So, hello, Eve. Hello, Eve. Yes, your message. And then Eve again. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. So, can I just see if I can do something? Oh, it doesn't want to. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't want to move out so that we can become smaller. Thank you, my beautiful Wendy. It's going to be an amazing time. And I just wanted to say to all the Mrs. Spots, you know, this is for the Diamond Beauties, but you can invite any of your friends to come to your tea party, as we call it. Anyone. It must just be a woman. There's no recording, but we're going to ask for a photograph at the end so that we can post that into the Diamond Beauty group. So, my beautiful Jacky, please tell us, how did you feel? You would just join the Diamond Beauties, and then we had a coffee chat, and then I phoned you and asked you if you want to be a Mrs. Potts. You were not long in the job, but there was something about you, my girl, that have touched me. And I wanted to, and I asked God, who can I have as the next Mrs. Potts? And your name come up, or your vision come up. So how did you feel when I found you?
Gobsmacked. You know, it's like, should I got the right Jacky? Yeah, yeah, yes, no, yep. It's just like, what? Okay, sure. And I had no idea what I just went with it. I was very humbled, surprised, quite emotional about it. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but sure.
So please tell us about your Mrs. Spot. You are doing it since August last year.
Last year. Yep.
Yes.
So my Mrs. Potts is on a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, and it's called Heart to Soul. So it's all about the connection of your heart and your soul. We're so busy and we have so much internal and external chatter. So much. So the idea is just dropping into a heart space and quieting your mind and allowing those whispers of your soul. Because you already have the answers. We all have the answers. And we are forever being told that we need to seek outside of ourselves, that we're separate. We all have the answers. So it's all about coming back home and within, but having people around you that can ask the questions. So heart to soul. Sometimes it's just a lot of laughing because we like to laugh on the Mrs. Potts on a Wednesday night. But it's also providing that space when sometimes people just need to be in the space of love, and you don't have to say a thing. And you just get to soak it all in. And it's all about acknowledging, recognizing, and celebrating you. Each and every one of us. We're all worth celebrating.
Incredible. Thank you, my beautiful Wendy and my beautiful Jacky, for being a Mrs. Potts. I'm truly looking forward to this year. I know that there's going to be more ladies that's going to say, my beautiful Mrs. Potts, you are my saving grace. So thank you. Thank you so much. So my beautiful ladies, are you ready for the video I compiled? I could not let a sound come in because, as you remember, today on Brighton that we did our mandala, our Diamond Beauties Forever mandala, the wind was blowing like there's no tomorrow. So the sound, I tried everything, but the sound was, I could not get our voices in. You could almost sometimes not hear our voices. So I put some music to it and just showcasing a small video of what we have done. And then when we come back, will you please allow us to have our crowns up on, and then we can show, because it's also in the video. Here we go. Are you ready, ladies? Here we go. My beautiful ones, I hope that you got a snippet of what we have done. So first of all of us have our crowns on. So we actually made our crowns with beautiful Aiyanna. So can we start with the crowns? So my beautiful one, tell us, how did you come up with the concept to help people to make their own crowns?
You all look so beautiful. Oh, makes me want to cry. Oh. So for me, I was that girl who wanted to wear a crown, and there was those funny plastic ones in the shop that you could buy, but they never sat on your head properly, and they had those pokey bits that would poke into your head, and I was just like, why isn't there a crown that fits my head? Like, it doesn't seem right. And I've always worn things on my head a bit like you, actually, Sanet. And I'm not sure how it came to me, but anyway, I just thought I would make myself a crown. And we did this big, I was part of this big event at 33 women, and it was about the crown chakra. And so we had to make 33, well, the women all made a crown, and then we made them for the space holders, me and my friends. So, so that's actually how it started. So we made oodles of crowns, and it was just so amazing, and seeing people sitting in this tent and just really going back to that 5-year-old, 10-year-old child and playing and creating their own vision. And of course, every single crown looked so amazingly different. It was just incredible. And so then I would wear mine all the time, the original one that I had, and I would have so many people stop and ask me about it, especially at festivals and things. And so I thought, well, maybe I should do some workshops. And so that's how it started. And then it's grown into the piece that I really like it, what it is now, that it always has meaning, but I ask people to have a look through their jewellery and or just have a think about, is there something that you have already that you use or that's precious to you, and that you but you don't actually wear, and that you could turn into a crown, so there's something more personal to it. And so this one I have now has a brooch in the middle that belonged to my grandmother, and I actually made this for my 60th birthday and for my grandmother's crown, because I am a grandmother. And so I guess it's a bit of a rites of passage from that perspective, isn't it?
I love it. So I also had some jewelry from my grandmother, and then a gift that my daughter and son have given me. So I'm truly blessed with mine. Thank you so much. I loved the creativity. And then we had another gentleman that popped in through visiting us while we were doing our crown. So my beautiful Wendy, how do you feel as girls all doing the crown, and how you feel about your crown?
Oh, it was a beautiful experience, because in more ways than one, because we were together, and it was the first time I met Aiyanna. And after doing the beautiful sand art, this was just a lovely way to sit down and connect again in a different way. And Aiyanna was so patient, and just listening to the story about the crowns and what it meant to her. And it took me back again to when I was a little girl, and we have dreams of what we think we may be or what we will do when we grow up. And it was just embracing that inner child that we sometimes lose because of the busyness of life. And it was like permission to play and create. So it was really beautiful, because it was very peaceful as well, and fun, and just and then not knowing exactly how it was going to turn out. Like, I had an idea in my mind, but it's to turn out like this. It's great. All my older children have come around and seen it, and they've gone, "Mum, what is that?" And so I've got a story, and I put it on, and they sort of look at me a little bit odd, like, "But you're my mum." Also a girl, and I'm not going to lose that inner child within me. That's we need to embrace that, because we lose a lot of our playfulness, our curiosity, our we lose so much of our spontaneity, because we can get just so heavy with life. And so it was an opportunity to just go. And so I felt like I was sort of transported back in time a little bit. So it was really a beautiful experience, and I would recommend it to anybody.
Wow, I love it. And part of ours, there's some of Jacky's and some of Aiyanna's in mine, but I don't know if you took any of Aiyanna's beads. But I know Jacky gave you and and myself, and I think she also gave you, Aiyanna, some of her beats. So we are truly blessed. I will never forget this. I just don't know how I'm going to get this into South Africa. I'm going to try and see if I can put a bubble wrap around it so that I can take it back. So, my beautiful Jacky, how did you feel? First of all, tell us what you put in your crown, and how did you feel making the crown?
I put in my crown, I had a rose quartz ring that I didn't wear. And then I had some pearl earrings that represented
Lift
Miss.
a little bit up. Yes, yes,
A little
yes.
bit there. I put my pearl earrings in there to represent Miss Wendy B. Because when I first met Wendy on one of the calls, I was like, damn, she's posh. And then I got to speak to Wendy, and I've got to spend time with Wendy, and she's such a beautiful, beautiful person. But I love the elegance of
Aw.
that in there. And then for Sanet here, I had my earrings that were music, because you're a big music fan. And then Aiyanna provided the wire that keeps us all together, and like it keeps us entwined. And I had little rose quartz going round. And what I enjoyed, I guess, the most of it was the pieces that were left over. I gave to Aiyanna, that so she gets to, other people get to use and then to create. But looking at it, it's a little bit, it's very intricate and delicate, which is the complete opposite of me. So I loved the experience and the just go with it, and what will be will be. And Aiyanna was just amazing and so gentle and so kind and so patient. And she just went with our creations, and she was just a pure saint. Because we were like three naughty children. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? What's that? We had these grand ideas.
Wow, that was an incredible day. And before we move over to the sand, so you have done your sand building, sand creation magic with Aiyanna. So you didn't join us early in the morning. It was only myself and Wendy that have done the sand castle. But you actually have brought something to all of us. So, ladies, do you have Jacky's mum's glasses? Please tell us, why did you select this particular glasses for each one, and tell us a short history of the glasses, and if you can tell us how old the glasses is, because everybody is asking me how old the glasses.
Crikey, the glasses. Jeez, I would. Well, they're not quite 20 years old, I guess. Yeah, so they'll be between 15 to 20 years old. So they're from my mom. She's a bit cuckoo. And for in
I love
Australia,
it.
in Australia, she was part of the Red Hatters Society, which is a world-round women's group, and they wear a lot of red and purple, and they had a lot of events, and Mum loved to do anything that was a little bit out there. So she went collecting glasses. So Sinead, your glasses, blue and the butterfly, because you're all about the butterfly and the rebirthing and spreading your wings. And blue, you always seem to be wearing blue. It's just got such sparkle and elegance to you. And then the lovely Wendy B, she's like that really, Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. Like there's just there's a slickness to her, and there's that other side to her, like. It's a very sexy side to that. And the beautiful Anna, because she's all heart. I mean, she really is. Everything that she does. And we worked together on the sand. And that was a really, really powerful moment. And to do that. And it's like, she is all heart. If I was to use one word, it would be heart. And I don't say it lightly. And I say it with such respect, integrity, and compassion towards you, because what you do and how you do it, it can only come from the heart. So that's why the most beautiful heart glasses goes to my beautiful friend Aiyanna. And then these are like Dane Edna. Dane Edna is quite prominent in Australia. Kind of like am I left, am I right? But yeah. So that brings on. So thank you, Ma, for your quirkiness.
Thank you, Jacky's mum. I love
Thank
my
you, Jacky's mum. I love
Yeah,
them.
thank you, Jackie's mum. Thank you, Ruth.
Wow. So my beautiful Jackie, you have done your sand magic with with Aiyanna.
Mhm.
Can you tell us what did you made and what was your experience through your process? Because we're going to talk about our process and I'm going to showcase the video again. And I don't have your video of your photograph of what you have done, but if you can tell us what you have done and then what was the outcome?
So mine was like the Alice in Wonderland clock. So we did 2 circles and then the numbers. I was so proud of the numbers. I did the numbers. And when we were creating the circle, I don't know if you remember, Aiyanna, but the bucket was there. So when we went round, and it wasn't until completed the numbers and inside I was just going with whatever was coming through, just channeling. There was a ship in there. There was a lot of flowing and movement. And I saw 12 of me around each number. And like all 12 of me had come back into the one space. And when I'd finished, Aiyanna said, "We're ready to complete the circle." So we removed the bucket. So it was quite profound. And to have having the sea come in, because when I got there, I could feel like there was this urgency. The sea, like she was coming in, she was quite ferocious. There was this urgency, but then when we finished, because it was all around time, she kind of settled down a little bit. So to step away and have all of me come back into the one space, and a lot happened in that time and in that day that we did it, but it was what was happening afterwards, because it just doesn't stop in that time that you do it and the time that you spend with Aiyanna, because she has this amazing gift that it does keep on giving. So, and it has kept on giving, and every time that I go back to that moment, I'm reminded that I was given a space to bring all of me into. I was no longer fragmented. I was again whole. It was like, it was a
So
very
beautiful.
powerful.
So beautiful. So I'm going to play the video again, and then we're going to talk about how we came up with that beautiful Aiyanna. And then me and Jackie is going to say how did we feel doing this amazing process. So are you ready, ladies? Here we go. You're crying, my girl. I saw you at the back studio. You crying. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just so moved by the honouring of my sand magic. Thank you.
Wow. So can you tell us how did it came about that we did the dove? And then the words, my Diamond Beauties Forever, I wanted to have on there. And we put in love, we put in belief, hope, and then you have chosen another word, you matter. Faith, we also put faith in. So can you tell us how it came about? We can just tell you came all the way down. We didn't know you were staying across the beach, and then you came and looked for us. You got in the back of the back seat because we were having our breakfast and our coffee, and we talked a little bit. The first time I saw you, and you saw Wendy. Wendy saw you. And how did it came about? How did you get us to do that particular mandala?
Well, I believe that we all have it. We all have a message. We all have a message to bring, and the sand is just such a powerful way of bringing that message through. And so, yeah, it was so windy, wasn't it? It was it wasn't a warm summer's day, and so yeah, I hopped in the back of the car to meet Wendy, which was nice to meet her off the sand as well, to begin with, and then I just spoke to you both about what was on top, because I mean, what we draw is energy, and so when you're working with what's on top, it's what's right there right now, and so I think that's why it has so much impact for everyone involved, as well as whatever happens afterwards, because you're present, right? You're creating in the present of what's right there right now, and you're using your body, and so your body has a memory of it as well. So yeah, so I just asked you both what was on top right now, and you both had the vision. You had it, and that's how I see myself, as the ritual space holder of it, and just being able to create the sacred space so where you feel safe, and then just get the bones in, so to speak, and then encourage you to move your body and create what else is there. As Jacky said, I mean, we drew those outside circles, and she drew everything else. I held space. I played my drum actually for her.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I don't know if you have your flute here, if you have it nearby, maybe you can play us a piece of your flute, if you have it.
I do have it, but I just thought it didn't sound right before. But
we can just, even if it's a snippet.
Okay, I'm happy to.
Yeah. And then I would just wanted to say, for me, your questions were so heartfelt that I knew Diamond Beauties Forever must be on there. I knew that must be on there. But when you took us to that small meditation and you talked to us, asked us questions, then hope, love, faith, and belief came up. So I just wanted to say it was incredible. But not only that, is that you had a vision how big it was. Me and Wendy would have never made it this big. It was about 32 steps from the circle out in around. So it was big. It was big. We had so many people taking photographs, and in the video, you actually could see Jacky down below, and we were on the pier looking down. So big is it. So for me, one of the things that stood out is that I was trying very hard to wangle everything and look at the rack. And you said, Sanet, why don't you trust yourself, turn around and walk forward and pull the rack? And that was quite liberating for me. It was quite liberating for me. I will never forget it till today, and till the day I'm die, I will never forget that. And then at the end, when we have done the heart and everything, and we have done all the raking, before the sea comes and wash and take it out to the love, the faith, and I want to cry now, and the happiness, and you matter. Before the sea came and take our beautiful mandala and spread it to the world, I went around the circle to complete it. And just to pray to God, just say, God, thank you so much for giving me the vision for Diamond Beauties Forever. Thank you for making this a heart-centered, God-created group. And with all His knowledge and power He bestowed on me, I know our group is extraordinary. I will never forget that. I will never forget how special that day was. How beautiful, Wendy. How was that amazing experience for you?
Ah, it's hard to actually put into words, because I really, first of all, I really didn't know what to expect. I just knew we were going to create a picture, create a picture in the sand. Okay. Oh, what's that? Oh my word. It was so much more than that. Again, the way Aiyanna sat with us at the beginning, and she literally pulled in what it was that we wanted to achieve from our hearts, and then was able to come up with a plan to put that down into the sand, and then give us the direction to where to place our instruments, but our instrument was the rake, but it was also our body and our mind. Now that is not what I was expecting, and for me, Jacky is, said about the word letting go is her word. Okay, so I am a reformed perfectionist, and a reformed person who has to have all the instructions, has to know everything before I do it. And I have had to let go of so much of that conditioning of you can't do anything until you have all the instructions. I have learned now to let go to whatever comes, and you enter a place of peace. And so when Aiyanna gave me the instruction to say, this is how we're going to create it, and this is what you need, this is how to move the rake, I just did it. I didn't perfect it, and I just allowed to be present to what was happening. And there was a peace in my head that a lot of women, we just don't get, because we're so busy thinking about the next thing we need to do, what we need to be doing the next day. That allowed you to just be mindful and peaceful in the moment of what we were creating, and the size of it. Like when you were drawing, you couldn't actually see what the big picture was, but I could feel it. And we were doing that for about an hour and a half, and do you know what? It didn't even feel like time just there was no time. Like time wasn't even a thing. We were just creating, and then when we finished and looked up on the pier, it was just like I was going to say, it was like Aiyanna got a magic wand and went, you want love, belief, you matter, and went shh. And we used our bodies and our mind to create it. And just got goosebumps. And to stand there and look at it, it was just an incredible feeling, because again, it brought us to nature, to feel connected and grounded to something that wasn't materialistic, and remembering that it's there in front of us all the time, and we just don't see it. And it's an opportunity to reflect and feel and see what living and life and breathing and letting go and being in the moment. And that, because that is my golden nugget. This moment is the only moment we have. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And to feel and experience that was incredible, because the other thing I discovered is that any tension I had in my shoulders just went.
Wow, beautiful. Aiyanna, we've got 2 minutes left. I'm so sorry, my beautiful one. 2 minutes. Can you tell us, how do you feel hearing all three of us experience your magic, your gift to humanity?
Makes me very emotional. I haven't had anyone express it like this before. So thank you all from my heart. And we obviously all connected our hearts so beautifully in that space. So yeah, and to receive my magic, for you all to receive my magic so willingly felt so beautiful. Not just the sand, but the crowns as well. Yeah, but I really, know that when we feel safe, when we're feeling held and safe, that we can do anything, right? And that's what's so important to me, is the safety of our children, and it doesn't matter how old we are. When we feel safe, that we can create anything.
Beautiful. So, my beautiful viewers, can you believe our show has flown and it's almost over? There will be 1 minute. So, my beautiful Aiyanna, if you can play something for us, even if it's just a snippet, I just want to say, my beautiful viewers, please experience it now. Experience it with all your senses, because you don't know the magic is going to come around, and then it will linger. Because I will never forget. I will never forget our experience in Christchurch, even with the sand balls that Shelley come and bestowed on us a gift. Beautiful Jacky gave us a gift. Everything we did, the trip that we went to, the Wendy, what is that the town again? The French town,
Ikaroa.
Ikaroa. The trip that we did, the labyrinth that we walked there on the beach that Aiyanna drew. I will never forget it. So thank you, my beautiful ladies. Thank you for my host, Wendy, for hosting me in your house. It was you and Neil. It was amazing. Thank you, Jacky, for our gifts. The stones you saw in the video is part of your gifts. And then the sound ball. Oh, that was an experience. My beautiful Aiyanna, thank you for your gift. Thank you for your heart and your love. You are welcome to play this show out with some your beautiful music. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to do that, but I just want to say, Sanet, I think we drew your record. That's why it felt so moving. We drew your version of the Elvis Presley record.
Oh,
That's what we drew.
Woohoo! We did.
that was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for a beautiful show, my beautiful ladies. And Thank you to all the Diamond Beauty experts that came and gave us your love. Alison, we did see you. We're a little bit over our show time, but I just quickly want to show Jacky, lift up. Here is Alison. Let me see, Alison, where you are. Alison, thank you, my beautiful Alison, for your message. Thank you, all the ladies, for coming through. Thank you, my beautiful viewers on E360, for your time. And we love you. Here is to all of you. Bye bye, everyone.